In an article by Colleen Kane titled, "Here's Why More Americans Are Getting Cremated," she states that the number of cremations have risen over the last 15 years to nearly double what it used to be. In 2014, that was up to 47% and rising. This statistic is leaving people with a difficult question of what to do with their loved one's ashes. Hi, my name is Rebecca Bell, and during our time together today, I'm going to tell you why I started making memorial keepsakes, how you can make your own, and some helpful tips and tricks that I learned along the way. The loss of a loved one is never easy. I lost my brother in 2007 and my dad in 2018. They both chose to be cremated, leaving me with the difficult decision of what to do with my loved one's ashes. While trying to figure this out, I found a website called spiritpieces.com. They offered beautiful orbs infused with glass and your loved one's ashes, and I thought this would be a great way to share ashes with my friends and family. But at a starting price of $150, this was not the option for me. I decided for that same price I could make my own using epoxy resin and silicone molds. I think Sherry Habb describes it best in her book, Art of Resin. She describes resin as a liquid plastic that dries like glass, suspending images and objects in time. There are several different brands of resin that you can go with. I decided to use Art Resin because it had excellent customer reviews stating that it had low fumes and mixed very easily. But you can find the resin that's right for you at your local art store or online. So let's get started. I do have tips and directions available for you when you leave today. First of all, you're going to want to read the directions very carefully that comes with your resin. Every resin is different, and this is very important that you prepare your area for the work that you're going to be doing. You need to prepare your workplace. If you're worried about a mess, you can use a tablecloth to cover the area. Next, you want to mix your resin. You want to use measuring cups and a timer when mixing your resin. This is very important. If your resin does not mix completely, it will not ever harden up. It'll just turn into a glob of mess and stay that way forever. Once you get your resin mixed, you want to fill your molds about halfway full. At this point, it becomes a personal project, and you can add whatever you want into the molds. My first attempt, I used sand, ashes, and feathers, as you can see here. This is what it turned out like. So once you get whatever you're going to put in there, you can fill it the rest of the way with the resin so that it comes to the top. If there's any air bubbles that rise to the top, you can use a small hand torch like this one to skim the top of the resin and pop any air bubbles. Once you do this, you can cover your resin with a cardboard box so that no dust or anything can get inside of it, and wait 24 hours. Do not mess with it before the 24 hours is over because it needs this full time to cure. Other resins may stay different times, so again, just check with your resin. Once you're finished curing, you can open your surprise and see how you did. Now, this is not an easy project, so if you get a few air bubbles or it don't turn out quite how you want it to, please try again using these tips and tricks that I have for you. Warm resin mixes better. You can do this by sticking the resin in some warm water 10 minutes prior to using it. This makes it mix better. You can also make sure you use exact measurements by using a measuring cup and a timer when doing your mixing. And when mixing resin, be careful not to whip the resin in big circles or anything. You want to do this slow and smooth. But most importantly, share these with your friends and family that love this person as much as you did. You can also clean up any measuring cups and spills with alcohol as soon as possible. In conclusion, with the number of cremations rising, you may be left with that difficult decision of what to do with your loved one's ashes. I decided to memorialize my loved ones in a keepsake that I could share with my friends and family, and they could find comfort in this for a lifetime. What will you do with your loved one's ashes? Thank you.